Hi there, you guys. Today we are going to be doing a video on... You read the title again, didn't you? I bet you read the title. You probably already know we're doing a video with Flat Earth versus Round Earth. So in other words, the weird people versus the crazy people. The Earth? Round? Who even thinks that? The Earth is obviously a donut. And the people who think it's flat are a little bit brain dead, but I mean, it could be flat. I'm pretty sure the Earth is a donut, dude. The Earth is a donut shape. I'm not going to go into that too much on this video, but the Earth is totally a donut. So, meet the one who's going to be discussing and fighting for Flat Earth, the more sensible of the two, Mr. Poopy Head. Hi, you guys. I'm here to tell you today all about why the Earth is flat and why you shouldn't believe those darn down stinking little round earthers. And fighting for Round Earth, that weirdo, we have Sir... Help, I cannot see! Chicken Head! Mr. Chicken Head! The Earth is round! It means if you run on it, it's gonna spin around and round like a ball! That's why you can't run too fast! Because it'll make the Earth roll! And I, Mr. Isaac, am gonna be the judge. Oh yeah, and since I'm a judge, of course I need proper tire, like a hammer, and something to bang my hammer on. This thing's gonna get very torn up by the end of the video, but don't you worry, you guys. I'm pretty sure this used to be for a RC helicopter, but a RC helicopter that was lost years ago. Like, literally, probably at least 5 years ago. So this controller goes to nothing at this point, so don't you worry about me smashing it up. It's fine. And for safety, I took out all the batteries because I wouldn't want to start a fire. You can't smash batteries with hammer. I mean, batteries make tasty snacks and all, but you can't smash them with a hammer. Let the discussion commence. First up, let's hear the side of the crazy round earther. I am here simply to tell you why the Earth is round, not flat or donut-shaped. I mean, I don't think it's donut-shaped, but it's totally round, you guys. The government says it, everyone says it, so it's obviously round. If everyone votes on the planet size, round is totally gonna win. And that means the planet becomes round. The planet shape shifts by popular vote. Duh. So what Mr. Sir Chickenhead is saying is that basically when the Earth was young and people actually thought it was flat, the Earth was flat. So technically Mr. Poo-Poo Head's right. In the earliest days, when the Earth began its exist, it wasn't actually flat. It was actually round in the olden days before humans existed. Please note that this entire video is theatrical and philosophical and in no way something to be taken seriously. I just need to get that out of the way. Okay, back to the show. The Earth lost air, kind of like your bike tire loses air, no? And that is why it is flat. In the beginning, the Earth was round, puffed out, all that stuff. But then the Great Flood happened. There was a leak in the Earth's pressure valve, the ground, and miles of ground gave way, and the water which was inflating the Earth gave way, and it expelled, and that is why we have all these oceans. The oceans were literally inside the Earth, but then it deflated, and unfortunately all life from before ended, except for one guy in his ark, but we're not going to talk about that here. And so the Earth whizzed out, and it became flat, and the ground at the sides, they cracked away, separating the two sides of the Earth. To this day, no one knows what could be on the other side of the Earth. It could be anything. Mole people? Just a wasteland? Maybe that's where some of the water went. I'm sure some of the water drifted off into space because we have oceans, but the entire Earth isn't an ocean. So a lot of it did drift off into space. Some of it just made the ocean. Okay, you see, here's the thing. Deep oceans, valleys, things like that, deep caves, those actually reach into the other side of the Earth. But the Earth, it still has its protective ground layer skin, and the ground layer stretches up as you tunnel down. Which means that if the humans on Earth created a method to tunnel down far enough, they wouldn't come out across the other side, but they would be creating a mountain on the other side. You would need something crazy high powerful and high pressure to be able to burst the Earth thing. And then that might destroy the Earth, because if the two sides joined, then the Earth will fold in on itself and create a black hole or something, possibly. Oh yeah, and space, them claiming that the Earth is round and all that, government hoax. They want you to think the Earth is round because they want you to think there's all these precious minerals inside it to be mined. In reality, there's not. It just stops at a certain point, all your minerals and stuff. Us humans haven't gotten down that far yet, but one day we will, and there will be nothing down there. And do you know why? Because that's just the Earth that's bulged up and stuff. But it's not actually, like, containing anything valuable aside from dirt and rock. So, yeah. I guess I should let the puny little Sir Chickenhead speak a little. So the Earth is basically a deflated basketball, is what I'm hearing. There is no water beneath the surface of the Earth, dude! What are you, cray-cray? It is simply ground and lava. You see, at the very center of the Earth, there's this thing called gravity. And it holds it all in. The Earth is basically a series of basketballs inside each other, but the air pressure inside each one of them keeps it a perfect distance of layer from the other one. Yeah. And that's how the lava layer is kept separate and not melted through everything. And how does Mr. Flat Earth Man explain planes flying around? And no, space isn't a hoax. Just the moon. The moon is fake. The moon is actually just a block of cheese in the sky. The moon is fake, but space is real, dude. Space is real. So, according to Mr. Chickenhead, space is actually real. The moon's not, but space is. Well, I don't know about space, but I think that there is some space outside the Earth. I just don't know how far it stretches. It might only be a couple thousand miles, or it could be the billions of miles that people are claiming today, or that could be just a government hoax. In any case, what does Mr. Poopy have to say? How do you explain planes? Duh is obvious, huh? Imagine that this tire is the Earth. When a plane flies up and around without the driver of the plane even knowing, there's a gravitational force that surrounds flat Earth and keeps everything in it. It turns the plane. And so the plane thinks it went in a straight line to its destination, when in reality it did not at all. Not one bit. Wait, I shouldn't throw this backwards, that's gonna break. I wanted to throw this behind me, and then I remembered that thing is still back there. Shame. Aren't you guys glad that I removed these batteries from that controller before using it as my pedestal for my hammer? I wouldn't want to start a fire, so yeah, I took these all out. If you ever want to smash your own controller, take out all the batteries. Before we return to our show, let us take a quick look at how this pedestal for smashing hammers on is not the best quality pedestal. With not that many smashes, it broke through a lot of the plastic. The plastic is not very thick on this controller. The plastic was not fed enough as a child. That's what I'm going. If you're a manufacturer or something, you need to feed your plastics more. Because if you drop this a couple of times, I could very easily imagine it getting a crack. Quite easily. So, just something to understand. Anyhow, back to the show. That is simply not true. Planes fly, and they can turn when they want to, but they don't get turned by other forces. The only force that turns them is gravity, and it only turns them downwards. And that's why plane engines are used to turn them upwards. Could a plane go into space? Maybe, but the engines do not have enough fuel. That's why you need the rocket. The rocket. His stinking climbs the planes of flat Earth. And Earth being deflated, it's absolutely preposterous. Oh my, it seems that Sir Chickenhead got too violent and he ripped my pedestal in two. Without a pedestal to smash my hammer on to be more dramatic, I simply cannot continue this court session. I'm afraid this is gonna be near the end of time that we have. Would you like to say your goodbyes, Mr. Poopyhead? The Earth is a deflated basketball, people. Don't believe that flat earthers, that round earthers lies. Just don't believe it that the Earth is round. No, flat. I'm getting my ideals mixed up here. Okay, hang on. I need to look at my script. Wait, I don't have a script. I never made a script. I don't script my videos. What do I think it do? What we do here is we tell you to hit that like button if you want to hear and see more on Earth, flat Earth, the real Earth, donut Earth. In any case, that's gonna be all about it from this video, you guys. I'm out of here. Awkward pose noise.